we go, baby. In ring debut, first episode, YouTube debut, first night, opening day, opening morning, whenever you watching it. SwopeDza promotions, baby. We here. So boom. This is just a little intro episode, right? You know what I'm saying? Letting y'all know what I'm here for. I'm here to give y'all my takes, my theories, my hypotheses, my thoughts and all that on the world of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I started watching wrestling when I was about 11 years old. This is like '06, '05, '06 or whatever. So of course I had seen like The Rock and Stone Cold here and there, but I was like 3 years old when all that stuff was going on. So I didn't know when it was coming on. I didn't know how to get to the channel, all that type of stuff. But for real, started watching wrestling at 11 years old. Ruthless Aggression era. John Cena, Kurt Angle, Undertaker, Bobby Lashley, Umaga, Jeff Hardy, guys like that. Edge. Matter of fact, my first memorable moment from when wrestling really stuck me was when Edge cashed in on John Cena at New Year's Revolution after the Elimination Chamber. I didn't even see it live. I saw a clip on Monday Night Raw and they showed it. I was like, bro, what? I think I was just scrolling through channels one day and just saw that and was like, bro, what is happening? Or one of the homies at school might have been like, bro, watch this, watch this. I don't know. I can't remember. It might have been one or the other. Who knows? But long story short, I was hooked on wrestling ever since then. I told my parents I was into wrestling. My grades was good. Stayed tidy around the house. Made sure the house was clean. Made sure I did all my chores. So my parents allowed me to stay up Monday nights, watch Monday Night Raw. Friday night is Friday, so ain't no school the next day. So I'm watching SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I stay up and watch TNA. That's why I found AJ Styles, who one of my favorite all time favorites. Samoa Joe, who also one of my all time favorites. That's how I got privy to those guys or whatever. So I'm watching consistently. My folks blessed me, allowed me to watch the pay-per-views even on Sunday nights. Sunday nights when I had school the next morning, I'll fall asleep most of the time and have to wait till the next day to see what happened in the main event a lot of times. But nonetheless, my folks allowed me to stay up to watch this stuff. And like I said, had to keep it tidy around the house, had to keep my grades good. So that was that. So watch wrestling all the way up until see, I got to high school. I'm not gonna say until I got to high school. I started to fall off from wrestling once I got to high school a little bit because I was, playing high school football, just running around with my friends and stuff like that. So I was kind of missing little stuff here and there, even though I would tune in from time to time. So I was able to still see Daniel Bryan's come up. I was able to see CM Punk's come up. I was able to see a lot of guys come up. I seen like early NXT. I saw all that, but I still started. The older I got, the more I used to fall off from it because like and just and then I got to college and then fell off of it a little bit more. But even still, I was catching up, catching little glimpses here and there. Like I saw the Shield, I saw the Wyatt family, I saw all of those people. So I can't put a mark on exactly when I stopped watching completely. But fast forward to the COVID era, you know what I'm saying? COVID had everybody feeling real nostalgic. So I said one day, I said, hey, you know what? Let me go watch a bunch of wrestling. I'm just googling a bunch of matches. I'm googling the Jeff Hardy. I'm googling the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian ladder matches. I'm googling all that Mankind and all that type of stuff. Then I realized we got a Peacock subscription, and all the WWE stuff is on Peacock. So I went all the way back to the golden era with Hulk Hogan and all them. I watched a lot of that stuff. I really got skipped a lot of that because that ain't really my style. Randy Savage, cool, yes, Randy Savage, of course. But I fast forwarded to a little bit to Bret Hart and all them, Shawn Michaels, Diesel, all them boys. I discovered some of the WCW stuff through that. You know, I had also started watching Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown on a regular basis. So I was seeing a lot of the same people that I saw when I was falling off, but catching little glimpses here and there. So I was seeing Seth Rollins, I was seeing Bray Wyatt, seeing Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, and all them. And then of course new faces that people that were new faces to me: Bianca Belair, Banks was a little bit newer to me. I knew her from her days in NXT a little bit, but people like that. So, so I was catching up from the golden era all the way up until current. So I watched a lot of that bad 20, I don't know, 20 that terrible era, 2015, 2016, all that stuff. It was terrible. That might have been the time I stopped. Outside of the fact that I saw AJ Styles and I saw no, what killed me was when Brock Lesnar broke Undertaker's streak. That's when I was done. I was done after that. That's the moment where I was done. But even just looking back at that, I don't care about neither one of them now. So it don't even matter. But anyway, back to the origin story. So COVID era hit, boom. I'm scrolling through channels on what had to be a Wednesday because I saw Chris Jericho on my TV. So I hadn't seen Chris Jericho since back in 2017, 20 I think it was 2017 when Kevin Owens was the Universal Champion and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, what the hell Chris Jericho doing? Then I see Dean Ambrose on the screen, but they call him John Moxley. So I'm like, what? I'm like, what am I watching? Then that's when I realized, oh, I ain't watching WWE. And then it go to commercial and say All Elite Wrestling. I said, whoa, what is this? So apparently, now do my research. Apparently, they have been around since 2018. So, and I said, so I started watching. I seen that Dynamite come on every Wednesday. So all right, I said, bet. From then on, turned on Dynamite. So then I started seeing guys like Cody Rhodes. I started seeing Rusev, who went by Miro at the time before he ultimately, most recently, went back to WWE and became Rusev again. I was seeing guys like Brody Lee, who I knew as Luke Harper with the Wyatt family back in WWE. I'm seeing Neville, who was Pac. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing guys like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bunch of guys that I know. All right, let's see what they got going on outside of WWE. I'm also seeing unfamiliar faces: Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Adam Page, Orange Cassidy, couple guys like that. So I'm like, who is these guys? So then I figure out, I do my research on them, find out they've been around the world doing their thing, all in Japan and with Ring of Honor. So that's how I became privy to Bullet Club. That's how I became to privy to New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. So of course, you know me. Well, you gonna know me. I'm gonna do my research. I'm scrolling through New Japan Pro Wrestling. Boom, boom, boom. Seeing Kenny Omega done fought Hiroshi Tanahashi, legend. Kazuchika Okada, legend. Tetsuya Naito, legend. Kota Ibushi, legend. You know what I'm saying? That's when I discovered it was a thing called the Bullet Club, who that was started by my boy Finn Balor, who was Prince Devitt at the time. So I'm like, all right, cool, 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 cool. Let's do some Ring of Honor research. Find out, find out about CM Punk before WWE and all that type of stuff. To find out about Daniel Bryan when he was originally Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor. There was Ring of Honor icon Samoa Joe pre TNA. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finding back to my New Japan stuff. I'm finding out AJ Styles went to Japan before he came to WWE and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh snap, it's a whole nother world of wrestling I ain't even know about when I was a kid. So that's part of why, as an adult, I watch it almost completely differently than I did as a kid. So that's why I'm here. To give y'all my reviews on what's going on in the world of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I going back to my AEW stuff. I've been hooked ever since AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor. I watch a little WWE here and there, but you're gonna be mostly getting AEW, Ring of Honor pay per views because I don't really pay. I know what's going on in Ring of Honor, but I don't pay too much attention on a regular basis. But AEW, Ring of Honor is all intertwined. So New Japan Pro Wrestling on a on a basis to where what piques my interest with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, I might watch it, but I might not necessarily talk about it, all of it. But G1 Climax coming up, so we talk about that. I'm watching that. We talk about that. So I love G1. New Japan Cup, Best of Super Junior, all the New Japan tournaments. You're gonna get that from me. You're gonna get some. You're gonna get some storyline content, some storyline takes, some storyline theories. You're gonna get all that from me. So going back to my AEW when the day I really became all elite. The day I really became all elite was All Out 2021. Lucha Brothers, Young Bucks, Steel Cage match, AEW World Tag Team Championship. Match was crazy. Wildest steel cage match I had ever seen up to that point. Ain't no escape the cage, just AEW rules. Ain't no escape the cage. Back and forth, super kicks galore, bloody as hell. Young Bucks got a thumbtacks on the bottom of their shoes. I think Ray Phoenix did a spot where he took the thumbtack shoe and smacked one of them with it or something like that. Either way, from that match on, I became all elite SwopeDza, all that. Even to the point where I told one of my homies at work, I said, yo, I know you used to watch wrestling. I used to watch wrestling. Watch this. Tell me you ain't back into it. You know what I'm saying? I told, hey, to watch this and then watch AEW Dynamite on a regular basis. That's what I told him. Then we started a group chat. I had already been chatting up with one of the other homies that already wrestled. He wrestled for WWE 4 out here in Atlanta. And his trainers, AR Fox is his trainer. Salute. You know what I'm saying? So I had already been chatting it up with him just on the wrestling tip, just on the regular. Just we talking about what's going on Monday Night Raw, what's going on AEW. So my other boy, once I put him on, we started a little group chat. Boom, boom. We've been giving our takes ever since. Takes, theories, just all around thoughts. Just the group chat never stops because it's wrestling on all the time. So group chat never stops, and I consider this channel is like my out loud group chat. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about all this wrestling shit, bro. We can talk about all this wrestling stuff. Like I can talk about this 4 days. You know what I'm saying? So like, subscribe, comment, share, hit me up, follow me on Instagram, X at SwopeDza. Be looking forward to all the content, all the wrestling takes, all the theories. Not all the theories. Though some of this stuff I don't care about. Don't get me wrong. I don't watch every. I watch a lot of AEW, a decent amount of WWE, a lot of New Japan Pro Wrestling, a lot of. I watch some CMLL. I watch some Stardom here and there. But what we get into the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? We get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be too much filler. We get straight to what's going on. Either way, like, subscribe, comment, share, Swope This Promotions. Thank you in advance. We out.